Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive. Today we're tackling something a lot of you can relate to, building stronger emotional connections in relationships.
And we've got some really interesting advice to dig into. Stuff that goes beyond the usual, communication is key kind of thing.
Exactly. This is about practical tips, things you can actually put into practice whether you're just starting out or have been together for years. So, ready to jump in?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, so the first thing that really jumped out from the advice we got was this emphasis on sharing feelings honestly and openly.
Right. And it sounds so basic, right? Like, yeah, of course you should talk to your partner. But this goes deeper than just surface level stuff. This is about vulnerability.
Okay, I can see where that might get tricky. Vulnerability can be kind of scary sometimes. It definitely can be.
Yeah.
But it's essential for building that real deep connection. When we allow ourselves to be seen, I mean, truly seen, flaws and all, well, that's when that real trust and intimacy can start to grow.
It's like you're letting someone see behind the curtain, so to speak.
Exactly. And that takes courage, right? Because
Yeah.
it means risking judgment or rejection.
Mm.
But the payoff, the feeling of really being known and understood, that's huge. And there's actually science to back this up. When we share openly, it triggers the release of oxytocin, the cuddle
Oh,
hormone.
I've heard of that. Yeah. It's like the bonding hormone, right?
Exactly. It promotes those feelings of connection and closeness.
Mm.
And that's what strengthens the bond in a relationship.
Makes sense. But okay, I think a lot of people listening might be nodding along, but also thinking easier said than done. So how do we actually put this into practice? Like, what does healthy vulnerability look like in day-to-day life?
Well, it starts with small steps. Maybe it's telling your partner about a fear you've been holding on to or sharing something you're not particularly proud of. It's not about dumping all your emotional baggage at once, right? It's about creating a safe space where you both feel comfortable gradually opening up more and more.
That makes sense. And it's a two-way street, right? Like both partners need to be on board with this kind of openness.
Absolutely. It's about creating that sense of mutual trust and respect. You're in this together.
Which actually segues perfectly into our next point, the importance of shared experiences in building strong bonds.
And, it's not just about spending time together, right? It's about creating those memories.
Yes. Those moments you can laugh about later, reminisce over.
Exactly. The ones that become your stories, the ones that make your bond unique.
And I think this is something that our listener, who we know loves exploring new things, can really appreciate. Think about the bond you could build by, say, taking a cooking class together.
Oh, I love that. And maybe even trying a cuisine you've both always wanted to explore.
Yes. Or how about planning a weekend getaway to a new city, just wandering around and discovering those hidden gems together?
Those are great examples. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zones together, facing challenges as a team. Even small adventures can create those us against the world moments that really strengthen a connection.
Right. And speaking of us against the world, let's talk about those times when conflicts inevitably arise. That's where empathy comes in, which can be a lot tougher than it sounds.
Oh, absolutely. Empathy takes real effort. It's about putting yourself in your partner's shoes, really trying to see the world through their eyes and understand their perspective, even when, and this is key, even when you don't necessarily agree with them.
Because, let's be honest, sometimes our partner's reactions can leave us utterly baffled, right? Like, really, this is what's bothering you right now?
I think we've all been there, but that's the thing about empathy. It's about bridging that gap in understanding.
Like that saying, before you judge someone, walk a mile in their shoes.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that your partner's experience is valid, even if you don't fully grasp it. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about validating their feelings.
Which actually ties in nicely with our next point, which is all about appreciation. Because let's face it, everyone loves to feel appreciated, especially by their significant other.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But it goes beyond just saying thank you, right? It's about those small, everyday acts of love and kindness.
And more importantly, taking the time to notice and acknowledge them.
Exactly. Did your partner make your coffee just the way you like it? Did they pick up your dry cleaning without being asked? Let them know you noticed and let them know you appreciate it. Even the smallest gestures can make a big difference.
It's about making them feel seen.
Precisely. It's about showing them that their efforts, big or small, don't go unnoticed. And that leads us to our final and arguably most important point, being present.
And in this day and age, with constant distractions all around us, that can be a real challenge.
You're telling me. Think about how often you're having a conversation with your partner, but you're also scrolling through your phone or half watching TV.
Or mentally planning your to-do list for tomorrow. It's so easy to get caught up in everything else that we forget to be present in the moment.
And yet, being present is one of the most powerful gifts you can give your partner. Putting down the phone, making eye contact, truly listening to what they have to say, it all adds up.
It's about giving them the gift of your undivided attention.
And that's priceless.
It really is. So there you have it. 5 powerful tips for building stronger emotional connections. Sharing your feelings openly and honestly, creating shared experiences, practicing empathy, showing appreciation, and being present.
And remember, even small steps in these areas can make a world of difference.
Absolutely. Now, for all of you listening, we want to hear from you. Which of these tips resonates with you the most? And what's one small step you can take today to put it into practice? Think about it, share your thoughts, and we'll catch you on our next deep dive.